Hello, my name is Brother Sean, and this short video is looking at what does twofold blessings mean for you and for me. Well, first, this morning in morning prayer, when I joined my brothers and sisters live on the internet, on our live stream channel, we had a beautiful reading, a channeled message from the Risen Cosmic Christ. And this is what it said for the 25th of June. Open your hands and your heart to receive this day as a precious gift from me. I begin each day with a sunrise, announcing my radiant presence. By the time you rise from your bed, I have already prepared the day before you. I eagerly await your first conscious thought. I rejoice when you glance my way. Bring me the gift of thanksgiving, which opens your heart to rich communion with me. Because I am God, from whom all blessings flow, thankfulness is the best and only way to draw me closer to you. Sing praise, sing songs of praise to me. Tell of my wondrous works and my blessings to you. Remember that I take great delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. What is that saying to your heart? I rejoice over you with singing. A twofold blessing is something more than just sitting and praying. A twofold blessing is where you bring yourself into the presence of the Supreme, the I Am Presence, and where you allow your heart receive a blessing of love. And in return, where you share that blessing of love with others. So you are called to become a twofold blessing. The Teo symbol that I wear around my neck is a symbol of peace. Yes, it's Franciscan. It is not a cross. It is a symbol of love that we Franciscans use to be identified. There's no figure of Jesus on the cross or on this piece of olive wood, but it symbolizes you and me with our arms out like that, representing the tree of life, where we surrender our life to love. And in exchange, we become the beating heart of divine love. What is that saying to you? I am not suggesting for a moment that you become like me, a lay Franciscan, living the simple vows from one's own home. If you are, and you want help, we can help you. But I'm here to share with you that when you surrender your heart to the love of the Supreme, something happens. There is a twofold exchange, a twinning of hearts and souls. And in that exchange, there is a currency used to convey the depth of that love, and the currency is called divine love. Twofold blessing also refers to earth. And here I would like to read to you some of my notes from the live webinar I did on commissioning and blessing yesterday. We need to recognize that deep within us, we possess a spiritual impulse to nurture not only our human children, but also our parent Earth and the Earth family. The task is to stimulate that dormant spirit within us, within mankind, This nurture and love at work in creation is ultimately grounded in God's love for creation, for you, for me. Creation itself is an act of divine grace, of God's unrequited love. Creation exists because God chose to create and continues to do so, in spite of what we have done to creation. And you only have to open your eyes and see the depths that man has sunk to destroy Earth, with pollution, the climate change, how people have become so insular, where the sense of community, that sense of belonging, has died a death. That's why many men and women are drawn to live in a spiritual community where they can exchange ideas, share dreams, and where they can receive love and exchange love in a twofold blessing. It is significant that this is God's response to what is being created, not part of the initial plan. God sees or discovers that what God has made is good. All that God has made is good. And yet, the children of God have to be reminded that this earth, this universe, and our meager material possessions are not ours really. They're all on loan. We may have the deeds of the mortgage to our property. We may have the signed agreement for our car from the company that we bought it from, but we don't own it really. Because when we cross over, we cannot take all our material possessions with us. Everything you and I have is a gift from a loving Father, Mother God, and Mother Earth. And everything was shared as a blessing, a twofold blessing, where we receive and we reciprocate with one another. But is that really happening in the world today? From my limited experience, it's important for me to watch the world news every night at 10:30, because it brings me up to date with what is happening in the world. And there I see man's atrocity to man, woman and child, where you hear and see some horrendous stories, and you ask yourself, where is my God in all of this? But then an inner voice speaks, I am in the thick of it, but where are my children? The ones I've equipped with many blessings to reach out and make a difference. And I find that even within our own community, especially our social website, Heart to Soul Prayer Partners for Peace, we've 120 members, but only 2% bother to take or show any involvement. And it's this taker's community again. People taking, and not reciprocating. So they're receiving the twofold blessing, but then it dies a death, because it's all about the me culture, feeding the me, the self, the ego, with no thought of others. And I thank God that I'm part of a loving family, the Teo community of interspiritual Franciscans, men and women, ordinary men and women, who have been touched by the love of the Supreme, and to live in a community. At the moment it's online, but our real field of dreams will come when we can exchange, reciprocate the twofold blessing from God, from Mother Earth, and the company of heaven. But for today, you and I have been commissioned by the Supreme to bless everything we receive and to bless everything we share. And if each person was to do that, that would have a powerful knock-on effect, an impact for the greater good of all, because society would revisit its negative mindset of selfishness and become more selfless in experiencing the power, the mystery, the magic of twofold blessing. Namaste.